Vishy, you won another nice game, moved to +2. How did it go today? Because the end game after the queens were traded didn't seem too dangerous for black.
Yeah, no, in fact, I thought it had, instead of 94, if he had played A5, it's equalish. Um, I wasn't thinking of an advantage at this point. Then he went 94, I took. And, well, I can, of course, crawl back with rook d2 and try to think, but I started to think rook a6, rook e2, c3, b4 takes, rook e2. But the rook is already on a6, so I can play b3 or king a1 or something. And the lines kind of worked out. So then I had this idea, well, at least let's make him work a little bit, because I'm still not running any risk whatsoever. And we'll see where this takes us. And then he went h4, which is an attempt to get the pawn one step further while nothing much is happening. The point clearly is that if I take on, if he takes on g2, then in the race he'll be one step faster. But after rook a5, he then went b4. And this doesn't work out the way he had hoped, because after cb4, rook c2, b3, what happened if he takes everything and I go b5? The race, my rook on a5 is, he has to waste a tempo playing g5. And he just seemed to fall apart at this point. I don't really know what happened, but he kind of, I mean, he lost in 3 or 4 moves, and he was really angry afterwards. I don't know all the details, but it kind of just went fast from there, downhill.
Yeah, your other win was very pretty. Maybe also for the Chess.com viewers, can you just share how you were feeling during that game when you saw the queen d4 move and stuff?
Well, I was very excited because queen d4 is a really lovely move. Just tickle the rook, which is overloaded and something like that.
Around where did you start to notice it?
Well, I noticed it when I played f4, surprisingly enough, and I thought bishop g4 is not possible because of this. I mean, I hadn't worked out every last detail, but I saw the idea f6 check and queen c3 vaguely. And then I had seen queen e5, but then when he kind of went bishop g4 immediately, I thought, wow, did I miss something? And in the second wave, I found rook e5. And then a bit later, I saw queen d4, so I thought, okay, rook e5 doesn't work. And then I realized, actually, rook e5 is the stronger of the, sorry, queen e5 is the stronger of the 2 moves. Because after rook e2, rook e8, well, you know, this double rook versus rook and bishop, which I thought was not all that straightforward. He then, but by the time I saw queen d4, I was sure that a calculator like Caruana would just never miss queen d4. I mean, he calculates way too well for that. And I thought it's a pity, because even if he sees queen d4, even if he doesn't see queen d4, he will see h3 and he will reject it. But by a strange kind of chain of events, he saw h3, bishop d1, and he thought this kept it just tolerable enough that he could attempt it anyway. And he didn't see queen d4. So I of course, you need a little bit of luck to get in some move like queen d4, but it's very pretty, and I'm happy with that.
Great. And last question. It's a bit looking forward to another event, but still I'm very curious. Garry was here today analyzing with you also, and he suddenly is one of your opponents in a real tournament again after all those years. So what was the feeling when you saw the news about this?
Well, on the one hand, I think for spectators and fans it's very nice, because everyone's very curious how he'll play. For me, my considerations tend to be more prosaic. It's like, what am I going to do with him, and what is he going to be like, rather than, I don't think, I sit and think of the historical dimensions. It's more of a practical thing. You want to get on with and play something. But essentially after that I parked it. I thought, well, let's finish this tournament and then I can think about all that.
Okay, thanks a lot.